Hello mga kasine, this is Bern Lomibaw and welcome to the 5th episode of Sining Sine Study Sessions. This series of podcast sessions we will talk about film. And for today, I will share with you my favorite documentaries, experimental and animated films of all time. But before anything else, I hope my previous study session helped you to have a better understanding of documentaries and why is this my favorite film genre. If you miss it, feel free to listen to it and let me hear your thoughts. Today, I will share with you my favorite and highly recommended Filipino films in documentaries, animation, and experimental. Let's start with documentaries. The first movie on my list is The Sunday Beauty Queen by Baby Ruth Villarama and was released in the Metro Manila Film Festival in 2016. What I like about this film is the narration. It really captured the real story of an OFW that is working as a domestic helper in Hong Kong. Without making any attempts at glorification, the movie examines a variety of challenges that are inherent in the lives of persons who work overseas. And in its simplest form, it is able to investigate the hard truths without ignoring the escapism provided by events like pageants and gatherings as a part of their reality. Why it is titled The Sunday Beauty Queen? Well, it is for you to find out. Next, in the animated film, I personally recommend Dayo sa Mundo ng Elementalia by Robert Quiliao in the Metro Manila Film Festival in 2008. This is also the Philippines' first all-digital full-length animated feature film. Isn't it something that we should be proud of? As the first instance of traditional and digital animation in the Philippines, there is a lot of Filipino fantasy, and this animated features makers have done something creative with it. The story is about the main character of the movie, Buboy, who is tasked to rescue his grandparents after they were kidnapped and taken to a strange land called Elementalia, to which is home to numerous bizarre creatures from the Philippine mythology. If you enjoy Filipino culture and Filipino mythology, you should watch this film. And lastly, for experimental film, I highly recommend Gerald Tarog's Bliss that was released on 2017. With this movie, director Gerald Tarog intends to push the limits of Philippine cinema. And honestly, he accomplished it in a way that no one could have predicted. The story is about Jane, who played by Isa Calzado, who is an aging actress who started her showbiz career at the very young age and decided to produce her own film to gather some respect in show business. Unfortunately, things did not go well as planned. An accident happened to which cripples her. Jane's sanity starts to fail and her simple dreams turns into a never-ending nightmare. And for me, it became an experimental movie because this film broke a new ground in the Philippine cinema with its dark humor. This movie also tackles taboo subjects like pedophilia, marital rape, and commercialism that most of the Filipino filmmakers are trying to avoid. Well, that's all for me today. I hope you learned something from me today. And of course, I'll be sharing more of this on our next study session. Again, this is Bird Lopibaw. And ingat po kayo mga kasine. Bye!